Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Lewis, and may I say welcome back to my channel. It's an absolute joy to be here today to do another review. I'm sorry it's taken me a while to make another video because I've had only my last video that went up was my interview with Richard Herring. So if you want to go back to that video, you're more than welcome to. So yeah, the film I'm talking about today is the 2023 low-budget horror film Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Now, this film was directed by Rhys Frake Waterfield, who has done loads of other low-budget films. He did the Easter Bunny Massacre. He's done some other films. I think one about a dinosaur or something. And he's now extending this franchise into the Pooh-niverse. Because we also have some upcoming movies. We have Pinocchio Unstrung, which is another horror film that he's going to be doing very soon. Bambi, The Reckoning, and he's had other ideas for other projects, like films he would like to make. One would be a 4 horror film. Another one would be a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles horror film, and a Teletubby horror film. Yeah, I know, it's weird, isn't it? Those weird alien things with the tellies in their tummy. I mean, he must have probably been watching those sort of things when he was a kid. Yeah, anyway, let's get straight on to the video in hand, or talk about the film. So what is the film about? Well, so we kind of see the beginning. The narrative of it is the really interesting, picturesque style storyboard introduction, when Christopher Robin, who left his adolescent friends because he spent a lot of time with them, looking after them, feeding them, caring for them, but then years later he left to go to college and left his adolescent friends in the woods to try and fend for themselves. They had to feed themselves, they had to look after themselves, but then they devoured a certain hatred, and they kind of became feral and bloodthirsty for revenge. So they wanted to get their revenge on him, and others as well. So yeah, so the little kind of I like the little the sketching of in the beginning, sketched like a story, it tells of the story done by A.A. Milne, because the film was, because the character's based on a book and there was the Disney film. So yeah, it's quite interesting, and then they become feral and bloodthirsty for revenge, and it's kind of interesting to see that, because I like the sort of style of the way it's like a storyboard when their eyes glow darker and darker when this is kind of a very dark thing that happens. So yeah, so I'm now going to talk about the characters. So we have the main character. We have Christopher Robin, played by Nikolai Leon, who is this guy that looked after these young woodland creatures before he decided to leave them to fend for themselves. And we see him in one scene with his girlfriend Mary when they enter 10 Acre. They enter 100 Acre Wood, which is where he left the woodland creatures to try and fend for themselves, which I thought was really interesting. He comes across quite scared, and because of the two guys have become quite evil in a way. They decide that they're just going to get their revenge on him because they think that he was never there for them and never cared about them, because he had to live a better life where he was going to college and he was going to become a doctor. That was the main thing that was going to happen to him, because he was going to live a life and spend the rest of his life with Mary, who is his girlfriend. So we kind of see in the beginning, so they enter 100 Acre Wood, and then all sorts of things start to happen when they spot Pooh and Piglet, two guys wearing these strange, ridiculous masks, and they're wearing different kinds of costumes. One of them is wielding a chain, and the other one's holding a mallet, and Pooh basically just has like this strange looking. It's like he's wearing a hunter's outfit or something. I don't know what the kind of outfit he's wearing. So they're played by Craig David Dowsett and Chris Cordell, who played Piglet and Pooh, Winnie the Pooh. Because obviously not Goofy. Winnie's mask looked quite goofy because of the smile, but then in the second film he's more evil. So but it's quite odd to see what happens in that kind of way.
This isn't you. This is who I'm trying to be. I had to leave. People wouldn't understand you, Pooh. Not like I do. Please, you have to believe me. Imagine what would have happened. I love you. I'm so sorry.
I missed you, silly old Blair. You're the best Blair in all the world. Nothing can split us up. I'll never leave you. Never, I promise. We'll grow old together forever. You're the best bear in all the world. I'll always be with you.
Other characters we have is a bunch of girls who spend like a weekend away. Well, not a weekend, but they spend some time in a nice it's like a cottage, like a country house, where they go and they're spending some time having a weekend away until some bad things start to happen. So one of the girls gets killed by Pooh and Piglet. So obviously she gets taken by Pooh and Piglet, and they basically tie her up, and there's a car. So Pooh is in the car, and Piglet is standing beside her, and he stands on her back, and the kill is absolutely brutal. I must warn you, if you do not want to watch the film, I do not recommend it. But that's why the kills are so brutal and gory. One of them is where the girl is being killed by Pooh and Piglet when she gets run over by a car, which I think is very terrifying and scary. The other one is when one of the girls decides to defend herself against Piglet because Piglet killed her friends. Killed her friend I think it's Maria, not Maria. There's Zoe, there's Maria, there's Jess, there's Lara, and there's Alice, played by Amber Doig-Thorne. Yeah, as I said. Yeah, so it's quite terrifying that the scene when they're in the back room and there's the pool, and then Piglet hits her over the head with a mallet or some sort of hammer, and they see her whole body in the river. Yeah, and it's terrifying. So they try to get away from Pooh and Piglet, so they try and hide from them so that they don't know. Then there's also this woman whose face has been completely ripped and it's like burnt, so they burnt her face, and she pleads for help. So she asked the girls to help her get away from Pooh and Piglet, who kind of like killed, like I think they ripped her face off or something. And she discovers that her eye is like slightly burned and she can't see in one eye. It's quite terrifying. I know, it's really terrifying to see. So she confronts the deviant killers after what they've done, killing others. And it's kind of like a brutal massacre of events, killing, people. Another kill that's quite terrifying is when Alice tries to kill Piglet, and Pooh hears the scream from Piglet, so he goes to see Piglet being hit over the head with the mallet, and then he grabs a knife and puts it into Alice's mouth and pins her against a pole. I believe it's like a pole, so he slices, so he puts it right in her mouth, and she is hung on this like pole. And two friends, Jess and Maria, are absolutely horrified to see that. That was one of the most brutal kills I'd ever seen. Seeing her being pinned to a thing with a blade in her mouth. I thought that was quite terrifying. Other ones that were quite scary is the car on collision crash when Pooh drives the car. When he's on top of this truck that the girls are driving, and then suddenly Christopher Robin comes out of nowhere and crashes into him, and he's like lying on the bonnet of the car, and then he wakes up and he scrapes off the muck off his trousers. I think it's like some white stuff that was on his trousers. I think they're like dungarees or something. Christopher and Maria, who were the last two left, they tried to stop Winnie from deciding to kill Maria, because he basically decides to grab Maria, and then he slits her throat, and he utters this one line: "You never left." And it's quite scary, because the ending was quite horrifying to see. But seeing that poor girl getting killed, I thought it was just horrible. But then we do see Christopher Robin running off, and then Pooh's after him, and so there's so many brutal kills in this. You got all sorts of really good characters in this. You got the girls, you got Mary, you've got Christopher Robin, you have Pooh and Piglet.
Why are you doing that? Please, why are you doing that? Why won't you stop? It's me you wanted, leave her alone. You've had enough people, Pooh. Please. You were remembering how things were, right? You can't stop. The good is still in there, Pooh. You can't stop. I know I caused you a lot of pain. Just let her go, please. I'll stay. Just take me instead, please.
No, you can't. He'll kill you.
You saved me. Now it's my turn. Trust me. Pooh. Okay. Let her go. No. I'll stay with you forever. Take me instead.
That is my review for the 2023 low-budget horror film Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2, directed by Rhys Frake Waterfield, and written and directed by Rhys Frake Waterfield, because because these films don't make a lot of money. They're just low budget. They're British low independent slasher films. Yeah, because there's been so many low budget horror films over the years that this guy has made. If you guys like this video, don't forget to give this video a like, subscribe, and comment, and let me know your thoughts on this movie. Did you guys like it? Did you not like it? Please let me know in the comments below, and I'll check your messages to see what you guys say. And is there a particular horror film character? Is there a particular, like, a public domain character that you would like to see being made into a horror film? Because I know there is an upcoming film called Mickey's Mousetrap, and it looks weird. It's in an amusement arcade. So that one I believe is directed by Jamie Bailey, and it's all set in an amusement arcade and a guy wearing a Mickey Mouse mask. That's all I have to say about this movie. Sorry I didn't go into complete spoiler territory or complete talk about the whole film. I just wanted to make it short so you guys would know what it is I'm talking about. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, and I shall see you guys again very, very soon with another video. Take care. Bye for now.